Hello, everyone. And we have another episode and another week and another friend. And this week, we're meeting our new friend, Akshata. Akshata, welcome to the show. And for those that have not met you, who are you?
Hi Ben, hi Jess. My name is Akshata Revankar, and originally from India. Moved to US about 15, 17 years ago. And what else do I tell? Mom, two daughters, husband. Yeah, that's about me. And I work in the data space. That's why I'm here.
Perfect.
I
That's the
was going to say,
requirement. You have to be a
data
data
spe-
friend.
yeah. A requirement is a very harsh word, but I tend to agree. But I would at least say it is very helpful to do something at least data adjacent if you want to be a data friend. So,
This is true.
so how long have you been in data, Akshata? All your professional life, or
I would say, I mean, no matter what you are, if you call yourself full stack or data engineer, somehow always related to data. But yeah, I started as a full stack for the first 3 years, but then since then, probably for the next 17 years, I have been in data in some or the other form.
well, that's
Nice.
going to make the next question harder for you. I can tell
Mm.
that for sure based on the history of this show, because our first question is always, "What is your favorite data feature?" And in 17 years, I assume you've seen quite a bunch of tools and technologies and features on all that, which makes it harder to pick a favorite, obviously. But you have to, and you cannot say
That
data.
seemed a little threatening. You have to do it.
Well, that's just kind of how I come across. Very
Yeah, this
distinct
is
but
true.
harsh. That's how I rule on this show. Anyways, Akshata, you were saying your favorite data feature is?
um, I think the very first thing that I liked about data was SQL, and that continues to be my favorite because SQL's or writing a SQL query, like in a simple select query, stays same across no matter which database you go across, and that's something
Hmm.
I find it. It sounds very funny, but I tell others too that now if writing a SQL query, I find it very therapeutic. Like when I write a SQL query, I put those sums group by, and I get a result, and it feels like, oh wow. So yeah,
I like that.
writing a select query would be my favorite data thing. But the most recent one, which I would have never guessed, is finding friends with data. Right? I mean, who would have guessed that I would be finding friends because of data? So that's
Hmm.
my most recent favorite thing, I would say.
Perfect.
I have to say that was a very, very elegant way of actually giving two answers to a single option question, but giving
Yeah.
two answers that both Jess and myself very well, Jess and myself both very much like. So it was pretty much a given that we would allow it. Well played, well
Yeah.
played.
We'll let this one slide. I appreciate that you've chosen something that is like a building block of everything else, right? Like select statements are so important, but yet most people wouldn't pick them as their favorite thing because they want the newest, latest, greatest, shiny thing. So I appreciate that answer for sure. Also, I know what a select statement is, so that makes me feel good.
Me too. I think we're both very smart because we've heard that term before, which is not
Yep,
always a given with the favorites that our guests are actually presenting to us.
it's true. Remember the time with all the ops, select ops. Maybe that's today.
Something ops. I,
Yep,
I, I mean, ops. Oops. It's kind of
just
it's
one
it's
O away.
it, that should be a sticker. Oh no, not more stickers. Uh,
No, actually, that
not more.
probably should be a sticker.
Yeah, ops would definitely go as a sticker because they have DevOps, ML ops, and you think about DevSec ops, everything goes ops. So yeah, ops,
It's
and
true.
then
Yeah,
let people choose what you want to put in front of
and
it.
also everything goes oops. So yeah, maybe it should be a sticker.
It's true.
I'm on it. I mean, after we've given the data warehouse a chance, and after the little barbecue in the little in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of nowhere. What is happening today?
Your words are
Uh,
not working well today.
yeah, they're not exactly words. Even they're not even exactly letters. They're
Just
just like
noises,
I don't know.
growls. I think you can
Weird.
edit that out, right? Just
I
edit
could,
the
but
words in.
it would lose very much. I'm gonna say authenticity, but the thing is also it would look very strange on the video if I just keep cutting stuff out in between.
Just like I think
I'm
maybe
I'm
it was
not
just
sure
like
if it would help
normal.
my case.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh dear.
Having that said, I totally agree. And just very recently, I geeked out a little and wrote a little application that made use of all the fun stuff that you can use. I even used triggers in there.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know,
I
but
I was once at a job where we were not allowed to use triggers at all. The DBA said no triggers on this database whatsoever. And like any script you tried to turn in with a trigger was rejected. It was funny. I mean, I don't recall the reason now because this was like probably 15 years ago, but they said this database triggers are not allowed.
Did they allow triggers on other databases?
I mean, that was the enterprise data warehouse, so I
Oh,
don't know
gotcha,
about
gotcha.
others. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably some app databases, yes, but the enterprise data warehouse, they said no triggers.
on a
Yeah.
data warehouse, I ever have to say I would see way less use cases for, way less good use cases for a trigger. No, no.
True.
So I was writing this thing where basically you can add records to a database, and then every single time a record gets in, or not to a table, damn it. And then basically it uses XML in the background to concatenate rows. That so if one person has multiple rows and multiple comments, that will be get concatenated quite nicely using the XML features and all that. So every single time that insert happens, that is what triggers that grouping. So I think it's a very valid use case for a trigger, but also there could have been much easier ways of doing all that rather than XML and triggers. But because I also enjoy a very nice query from time to time, and then since this was my own database, so I could just do whatever I wanted, I thought, let's geek out for a little bit.
Very true.
I was not even wearing a suit when I coded that.
Oh my.
I know.
Craziness. Absolute craziness.
There's that.
Anyway, before we go too far into the wonderful world of triggers and XML and God knows what else,
I was
when
just
you're
about
not,
to ask for y'all's favorite window function, but okay, then we do something else.
there's no time, Ben. There's no time. We'll come back to that. When you're not writing select statements that maybe you use triggers or maybe no triggers, what's your favorite non-data thing?
Oh, number one would be definitely spending time with kids. Uh, I always enjoy doing
Are they
that, but
watching? Is that why you have to say that?
no.
Okay.
No, I mean they always complain about like not do. I mean they want to play a board game. Sometimes it's the things that they want to do. It's very difficult for you to be in a mood to do those, like play a board game or probably run around. When they're younger, they definitely want to run around, play hide and seek. I'm like, I'm almost done for the day. I mean, I don't want to run around. But board game is still okay. Uh, but other than that, yeah, just generally chatting. They are growing up so fast. Second would be hiking or like just going for walks. I just love doing that. Go for a walk on regular days, but on weekends as a family, sometimes we find some nearby nature parks, walk there, trails. So definitely walking is my favorite thing, non data thing.
Walking with the kids. There you go. Merge them together.
Yes.
Exactly. Or if you're
Perfect.
doing the hide and seek thing, but you say, actually, I'm too tired, you just have to hide very well. So you get lots of time and peace and quiet.
Truth.
So
Truth.
Oh, it's funny. I mean, how the hide and seek has evolved over time. When my daughter was younger, she would sit right under an open chair, like, only with four legs, and she's thinking she's hiding. And then it's like, hide and seek, find me. She's sitting right under there over a chair. But it's, for me, it has been the favorite thing because their innocence has, I can see it evolving over time where they think sitting under a chair is hiding versus them figuring out that, like, I have to hide somewhere inside a closet to be not found.
Yeah. And the last game, you just still haven't found her yet, huh?
I know.
well, there's also the point in time where you just stop looking and just be like, yeah, I'll be right there. I got you. And then you just keep reading your book.
Watch a little TV. Yeah.
Oh God, that would be bad.
Only if
Would
they
it,
find out.
though?
Because otherwise you'd be like,
Exactly.
wow, you hid so well. It took me 3 hours to find you. They didn't know you
Exactly.
watched the movie.
And I really tried for 2 minutes out of those 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Great plans.
Yeah,
This
my
is a
daughter is
parenting
still
advice
mainly
too.
hiding by closing her eyes. So
Oh wow,
that also helps.
Perfect.
that's
Perfect.
that's
Hard
very
to stretch
beautiful.
that for 3 hours.
Yeah, that's a tough one because also she usually does not close her eyes for 3 hours. It's more like a 2-second thing because then she has to check if she can still see me, which is hard with her eyes closed. Happy
Right.
explaining to you how the eye works.
Yeah. That invisibility cloak when you close it. It's crazy.
It's I don't know. It's weird. But y'all know what? All that talk about hiding and seeking and running and hiking, that made me hungry.
Amazing segue.
I
Absolutely
know.
crushed it.
I'm on a roll. I mean, that was the first segue today, but still, I'll count it as a roll.
Yeah.
Akshata, if you've seen the previous episodes or some of the previous episodes, you probably realized that at this point, Jess and I are, well, I think we more have like a huge plane because there is no car that would fit all of our kidnappees, but we're kind of kidnapping our friends, but at the same time not, because so far everyone was like, yeah, let's hop onto that bus. And then since one of us is driving, one of us is co piloting, we're kind of busy doing that. So our kidnappees are making sure that we get something to eat. And since we're like super inclusive and all that, we were like, well, at least we're going to have our kidnappees, if they're cooking for us, we're going to have them pick what they cook for us. So we're going to have them make their favorite food for us. So, actually, what is your favorite food?
I mean, I don't know if I can cook it for you, but if I was having you over, I would definitely cook some good Indian food. But since I
Mm.
eat Indian food every day, I mean, it's still my favorite, but for me, it's more about trying something new each time. So I really don't have a favorite. I'm just something that I start craving for these days. I've been waiting for a good Mediterranean place. I haven't been able to find one. So
Mm.
if I were asked now, I'm definitely need some good falafel or some good Mediterranean food,
Okay.
rice, hummus. Otherwise, I pretty much try everything. I mean, I think in some of the videos that I've watched, I try to skip to go to the end to hear what is the food that people are talking about, data friends, to see have I tried that thing. If not, like I should try to find what it is and probably try it. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
so,
Where you said you're based in the US. Whereabouts in the US are you?
Atlanta, Georgia. It's
Okay.
south.
So there's got to be Mediterranean food that's good around there. So maybe people will write in the comments where they could find where we could find good Mediterranean food.
But yeah,
Perfect. We'll
otherwise
crowdsource
just
it
try
for you.
anything. Thank you. Yeah, but otherwise I'll just try anything I haven't tasted before. Have a sweet tooth. I love sugar, so I'll try anything sugary. But otherwise,
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
not
Jess and I,
spicy.
we don't do desserts. Ho, ho,
This is
ho.
true. This is true. Well, so if you said you eat Indian food pretty much every day, do you have a favorite dish to cook?
Um, Again, I mean, if I were to talk about like soul food, it would be just something very very simple: steamed rice and lentils. But otherwise, I've been eating Indian food like all my life, so really don't have a favorite as such. I cook every day, I eat every day. So
Gotcha.
yeah, not. I mean, sugar would be my favorite thing, like in any cuisine. But then,
Perfect.
other than that, really don't have a favorite food because I like to try something different every single day, and that's what my family gets tired of. Like, can you cook something more consistent? Why do you come up with this new dishes?
Oh, I
Yeah,
have
but
the
then
same
again, if
problem.
you really tried something new like every day, even if because from time to time there will be dishes where you're like, okay, that was not my best work, or that was just
True, true.
but that would be one of the cases where I would actually appreciate you not doing that again. So I guess there's
It's
pros
true.
and cons to that ever changing agile cooking style. I'm going to call it.
Oh,
That should be
see
another
the
sticker.
problem the problem we have here is Kels will make a recipe and I was like, oh, that is amazing, and then we'll never see it again. It will just be forgotten. Like we
It's
need a
very
list of things that were amazing so that way they can come back round again. You know.
Yeah, you can. I mean, that happens to me. Like, you cook a dish, it's amazing, but then if you try to think, how did I make it? I have no clue because you were just trying
You're just
something. It got.
throwing things in. Okay, perfect.
All right.
Well, Ben, I'm
So we're going to
hungry.
grab some falafel as an intermediate snack, and then we're going to find some Indian soul food because I mean it's early afternoon, so we're just going to grab a snack now and then
Great
do
plan.
some more proper dinner a little later. It's going to have butter in it, I'm sure.
Oh yes,
Yes, I love butter.
yes. I mean, and butter, sugar, eggs make everything better.
But now you've just made cookies. I know how
Sounds
this
very
works.
It does sound like it, but at the same time, I'm not opposed to cookies at all. So I'm going to
No,
allow
no,
that as
I
well.
didn't say it was a problem.
No, oh, no. Well, if you had a problem with cookies, we would have a problem. So
Yeah, there will be no
unless we're talking raisin oatmeal cookies.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know how does that even qualify as a cookie, and it's like it's always next to chocolate chip. I'm like, they are not equal. You can't keep them together.
Exactly. Those are why I have trust issues, because raisin cookies
Mhm.
dressing up as chocolate chip cookies. Not cool. Not cool.
Not cool.
Fell for that once, and since then. No. All right, now that is getting a very sad story. So I'm going to end this here before we talk more about raisin cookies, because this would not be my happy place. But anyways, thank you so much, Akshata, for joining us. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we see you all again next week. Bye.
Thank you for having me.
Bye, folks.